Right now? Wait. Yeah.
If you can't recall, here's a brief summary of our story from last year. Dashing Dan, Bigfoot Kate, and Handsome Holt's son fell for Mary So Dear. However, Nasty McSnide's wife Esmeralda and her gypsy beau Janko came up with a terrible, greedy plan that was so despicably low. They wanted to own Dan's bank, Nasty's bar, and all the land around Niobrara, near and far. Their plot was to have Janko's gypsy cousin Maria Lavu put a spell on Dan, so for Essie he would be absolutely cuckoo. Then Esmeralda talked him into killing her husband Nasty. This would put Dan away for life and make them both very wealthy. But right before Dan was supposed to blow Nasty away, Mary, Dan's love, jumped in and saved the day. When she planted True Love's kiss upon Dan's cheek, Essie and Janko's plan went up in smoke, so to speak. Dan kicked Esmeralda and Janko from Niobrara town forever, and Dan and Mary were wed and lived happily ever after. Yay!
Well, after that, Niobrara was a quiet, peaceful town at the turn of the century. In fact, 726 people live here according to the census of 1920. Our story starts in the fall of 1924. Bad things went down when Big Sam the Axe came roaring into town. He and his friend Snake Eyes Ned had run out of dough.
Green spindle kind. Keeps the dolls close, you know.
Now, Big Sam the Axe was a gangster, the toughest guy around. He was wanted in at least 15 states for shooting up some towns. He liked robbing banks and running rum and corrupting the morals of the innocent young.
You gotta start sometime, you know.
Boo! Big Sam the Axe was a man with Niobrara ties. He was the son of Essie and Nasty McSnide. His partner, Snake Eyes Ned, was his half-brother. Janko was his dad and Essie was his mother. Now, a man of Big Sam's stature as public enemy number one didn't see any need to be broke as long as he had a gun.
This town's as dry as a creek bed. It ain't no fun.
Gee, Sam, would you like a little bottle of rum?
This town is so ho-hum.
You can't even find a cigarette to bum.
Dot the doll, Pearl, my girl. I'm a little short on cash right now. But I got something that'll fix that in a flash. Snake Eyes Ned, what are the odds that into this bank we break?
3 to 1, Sam. A piece of cake.
So they strode in the Niobrara's bank. It was full of dollars and cents, and they applied for a no-interest loan without repayments.
Hey, lady, give me all your dough. Make it quick. I got to go.
They surprised Dan and Mary's granddaughter, Barbie McBob.
Help! Police! I'm being robbed!
Big Sam the Axe and Snake Eyes found the teller impolite.
Not call the cops. Serves you right. Dang, I miss you, dirty rotten rat. The cops are coming, Sam.
Yay! Big Sam was known far and wide as a master of disguise. The police could never find him, though they try and tried. To the case, Niobrara assigned the best detective, the world Jake the Heat.
Dun, 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 dun.
who solved 1,000 cases while he was on his beat.
Time's too short
Thought Jake the Heat.
for Sam to have gone far. I smell gun smoke in the air and there's not been a car. Good citizen, can you tell me, has a thief come running by?
Oh, Protector of Niobrara's peace, I cannot tell a lie. You very definitely took an old lamb that away.
You heard him that way.
Get it?
But there was something odd that he could not place.
Are you sure he went that way?
No, Copper, you went that way.
Thus reassured, Jake the Heat turned to follow all his men. They looked and looked, but could not find him.
Then we gotta scramble. But first, let's give this copper a fright. Bang! I'll get you another night.
Mark my words, Big Sam. You won today, but I'll teach you yet that crime does not pay.
Along this same street lived a dame by the name of Betty Brown, as sweet as a pancake as there was in any part of town. She made her living selling clothes that others didn't keep. She sewed them in the dark at night.
Trousers, cheap.
She used the meager earnings for food and monthly rent and saved a little surplus, which she gave away at Lent. Aww. It seems that Betty's father was somewhat less than a saint.
He knew the local bookies, and he bet without restraint.
It also seemed that Betty's father, recently deceased, was not so lucky in all these bets.
May he rest in peace.
And quite frankly, the more he bet, the more his debts increased. Now, a man of such bad credit was always known by Sam the Axe, who took a slice of the local bets, sort of like income tax.
But with heavier penalties. Dear Betty, you know the local customs, and I'm sure you understand. But I just can't write off an unpaid bet that comes near $1,000. Think of me as a banker with a mortgage, and it's time I foreclose. But unlike your average businessman, if left unpaid, I'll shoot off the
Betty knew that with her earnings of 50 cents a day, Sam didn't have the patience to wait for her to pay.
Mark my words and listen close. You have 1 week to pay. Find a way to get me my go, or you, well, need I say.
And Betty was still reeling from her brutal brush with crime, when along came timely Nick, in the nick of time.
Look, a lady in an advanced state of anxiety, aggravated by years of lingering depression.
He said, deadpan. He was a college man.
Golly gee, holy mackerel, can I help?
He shouted. He also worked with the Boy Scouts. Now Betty was unimpressed as she rolled her eyes. She'd seen bumpkins here before, but
This guy takes the prize.
But as her father told her about long shots,
It never hurts to try. I need $1,000 or a trip to Mozambique. Need a fancy sport coat, pair of trousers? Guaranteed unique.
Sweet woman, I haven't got a penny, for I just got off the train. You see, I spent all I won to buy the seat.
the breathless youth explained.
I've come to make my fortune here, where often it's been told, folks light their cigars with dollar bills and the streets are paved with gold. I just need an idea, something new and sleek. By the way, what's your name, sweet cheek?
It's Betty Brown.
Ah, well, how about Betty Brown Salon? Or Betty Brown Boutique? We need a startup money.
Great. Just get it by next week.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Master Maloney to take on all newcomers. Niobrara Tribune says that you could win $1,000.
Betty, that's it. I can defeat that masher as a fiddle lion fit.
Now Betty had seen bumpkins here before, but this guy took the prize. But as her father told her about long shots,
Well, it never hurts to try.
And another little intermission, but this time, it comes with a prize. Every year we always take kind of a free will donation. I'll start one bucket on this side, one bucket on the other side. It goes in part, most of it will go to the Niobrara Theater Department, because believe me, they need shelves in that back room. And the other part is going to go to us for next year, so we have just a little bit of start money for our show next year, okay? So, here you go, honey. You want to take that and pass it down? You want to take that and pass it down? Thank you.
Now Nick went into training with a passion, convinced that he could win. He lifted weights and ran at rates that caused his head to spin. Betty fixed him training meals.
With the money we make, we'll start Betty Brown's home cuisine.
She even made his warm-up suit.
Now isn't this obscene?
Nick read books on Chinese martial arts and practiced a terrifying grimace. And by the time it was Tuesday night, he thought his powers had no limits. Nick stated boldly,
B-I-O-M. You'd better tremble, Maloney. Here I come.
Big Sam the Axe, it seems, was collecting bets. He was betting on Maloney, who was the toughest man he'd met. Now, Sam heard through the grapevine about this timely Nick, and what he heard was quite amazing, that he was tough and quick and quite apt to win the dough.
The odds are 1 in 2, Big Sam.
Aha! Unless he turns up sick.
To Sam, the idea of Masher Maloney losing to timely Nick was a big bunch of baloney. So, Sam sent for Dot the doll and Pearl the girl to help him put in the fix.
Dot, come here quick.
What's going on, boss man?
Sam gathered the girls and told them his plan. With their help, Sam would give Nick the make. They gave Nick one look and said,
What a piece of cake! Hey, tall, dark, and skinny. Ow! What'd you do? Did you hurt my friend? Are you insane?
You broke my ankle, you big...
Now Nick looked quite horrified
Oh my gosh.
and jumped to the lady's aid.
Take me over there. I need eyes. I'm beginning to fade.
Nick helped her limp inside, then stood quite dismayed. They were in Carl and Charlie's, where people were gambling, drinking, and acting very shady. So he clamped his hands on Dot the doll's eyes.
This is no place for a lady.
Just then, Sam called for entertainment. And Nick's jaw dropped a foot, and he let the woman go.
Holy mackerel. Is that legal?
Now Nick was not a weak man. He was just a bit naive. He just thought city folk were people you believed.
Here, drink this.
No, thank you, sir. I'm in training.
It's named after a famous heavyweight. Oh, really? Who? Harvey Wallbanger.
So Nick met Harvey Wallbanger and Tom Collins and Johnny Walker and was positively amazed. There were so many famous heavyweights.
Here, drink this.
Oh,
I'm in change. But, it's named after a famous heavyweight. Really? Who? Jack Daniels. Gee willikers.
So, along about midnight, they counted poor Nick out, or so it seemed.
Dave! And the winner of this corner
Is Jim Beam.
revised odds, Big Sam. 1 in 1,000.
Big Sam was pleased with himself. He was positively tickled. Masher Maloney could not help but win. He's had our hero pickled.
Now it was Wednesday, the day of the big fight. When Betty finally found Nick, he said,
Oh, I'll be all right.
but Betty was not convinced, for he was something to be seen.
Your eyes are red and your nose is pink and your skin is a faded green.
Trumbo Maloney, here I come.
You still plan to fight? Oh, you are some kind of dumb.
The arena was set up and challengers came to fight. Big Sam was there to claim his cut.
I've got to watch my rights.
He had with him the money from the bank with which to place his bets, and he hid it where he could watch it while he collected all his debts. The crowd hushed while Maloney came into the ring.